What if I told you that while Europe was in its so-called Dark Ages, one empire was pioneering cutting-edge technology, inventing math, and creating a cultural and scientific boom that would change the world forever? Welcome back to the channel AP World Warriors. It's been weeks since we've seen each other. Today, we're diving into one of the most important empires in Unit 1, the Abbasid Caliphate. We're going to break down how they rose to power, why their capital, Baghdad, became the center of the universe, and how they created a golden age that's a guaranteed topic on your AP exam. So stick around because by the end of this, you'll be able to explain the Abbasids like a pro. To give some context, before the region became known as the Abbasid Caliphate, it was ruled by a family called the Umayyads, which named the region as the Umayyad Caliphate. However, the Abbasid family led an open revolt in 747 to defeat the last Umayyad Caliph and took control of the caliphate. With the Umayyads gone, the Abbasids needed a new capital, away from the old power base in Damascus. They built a grand city on the banks of the Tigris River, Baghdad. The city was a trade powerhouse, and it was right in the middle of the Silk Roads connecting China, India, the Mediterranean, Europe, and Africa. Gold, spices, ideas, and inventions all flowed through the city. Now, the Caliph, or the leader of the Caliphate, established the House of Wisdom, a massive library that wasn't just a library. It was a massive academic center and was used by many scholars for translation of ancient manuscripts. Scholars from all over the world sought to translate all the world's knowledge into Arabic. They saved the works of Greek thinkers like Aristotle, Plato, and Galen, which had been lost to Europe. Note that this is a huge deal for the AP exam. The Abbasids didn't just preserve classical knowledge, they synthesized it and later passed it back to Europe, helping to spark the later Renaissance. Now, up to cultural and religious sides of the Abbasid Caliphate. The Abbasid Caliphate wasn't just a political entity, it represented the defender of the faith of Islam. Muslim authorities determined what was acceptable art and literature during this time, plus the Quran, the holy book of the Muslims. The Quran is considered the direct word of God revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. The spread of Islamic religious beliefs also came with technological and cultural developments, as Islam spread throughout the Abbasid Caliphate's extensive trade routes. There was a thing called the Dar al-Islam, which meant the House of Islam, and it represented all the territories and empires affected by Islamic culture, even economically. For example, many West African empire leaders, including the famous Mansa Musa of the Mali Empire, converted to Islam in hopes of establishing trade and economic relationships with the prosperous Abbasid Caliphate. Lastly, for religion and culture, know the rise of Sufism. The Abbasid era saw the growth of Islamic mysticism or Sufism. This modification of the religion focused on direct personal experience of God, love, and inner purification, increasing Islam's popularity amongst the general public and encouraging them to convert to the religion. And finally, for technology, know maritime technology was the most important innovation during this time. This is extremely important as it foreshadows what the Europeans will be adopting later in the course to develop their own maritime empires. This includes innovations including the lateen sail, a triangular sail allowing ships to sail against the wind, and the astrolabe for celestial navigation. The Abbasid Caliphate was around about the same time as the Song dynasty. However, when regional kingdoms asserted their independence from the Caliphate, it marked the cause of the fall of the Abbasid Empire. Later, the Seljuk Turks and the Mongols both attacked Baghdad, and in 1258, the Mongols took over Baghdad, which marked the end of the Caliphate's political power in the region. So there you go, the other one of the two most influential empires during Unit 1 of AP World History. I just summarized it in 4 minutes for y'all, and trust me, this is all you have to know for this empire. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.